I was already on. Ah, ah.
She's doing right.
Hello, Healthy Games Challengers. This is your room coach, Neva, here with some discussions, some reminders, and some great speakers for our week 5. So I hope you're ready to get started. Woohoo!
Ready.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! And something I just saw out on the challenge wall, and that is one of our challengers, Pam, challenged Monica to drink 100 ounces of water today. And so Monica said, who else is in? So I said, I'm in. So you know what that means, everybody. Hold up your water.
I'm in.
Everybody
I've already did that.
Okay. Everybody take a sip. Since it's kind of late today, if you aren't close to your 100 ounces, I would suggest we try that for tomorrow for everybody so we can get started early on it.
Right.
All right, sounds good. Well, I want to just share one little screen with you here. So hang on and let me pull this up. Yeah. All right. All right, can you see that slide?
Mm-hmm.
Sure can.
Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, just a quick one this week. And this week's focus is all about life purpose. So, oh my gosh, if you thought you were just joining a challenge to lose some weight, we've gone way beyond that. And, you know, they really talked this week about, are you creating your best life possible? And, you know, we're past the things that we've been learning, like how to take ourselves to a new level physically, how to eat the right foods, how to drink our water, how to manage stress, what healthy sleep looks like, and why it's so important. And this week, we've been digging a little bit deeper and finding out about, you know, what's been important to you, pulling this all together in week 5. There's so much here. I hope you're gathering this all together and making the most of it. And then also, we're going to talk about when was the last time you got laser focused on something. So with those 2 topics, I've asked a couple of people to share with us tonight and be some speakers. So I'm going to mute everybody except the speakers here. So hang on with me just 1 second if I remember how to do this. And I'm going to mute all. And then Judy is going to be our first speaker. So I'm going to unmute Judy. Okay. And I asked Judy Hickman to share a little bit with us tonight, whatever she wanted. She's a second-time challenger. She's gone through a lot of different things in terms of her personal health, her health with her husband, her health with clients, and I asked her to just share some thoughts with us. So, Judy, would you please take us away?
Oh, thank you, Neva. When Neva asked me to do this, my first thought after I hung up the phone was, ew. It was, you know, about 2 years ago, I started in March 2 years ago. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and realized that food was absolutely killing us, killing myself and my husband. And so with much kicking and trying to talk myself out of it, we both got on the 5-in-1 plan. And when we do something like that, it's either all or nothing, because I have this perfectionistic thing. So I felt like, ooh, that was one of the first times with Take Shape for Life that I was really laser focused. And we were so good. We stuck to that 5-in-1 plan. We each lost 55 pounds. I just was so committed to that regarding the weight loss and our health. Our health improved, both of us, dramatically. And then we had that challenge. I didn't ever get into the stop challenge and choose challenges, but the first one we did back last September, I got into and realized how many other pieces of it, other than just the food and the weight, that I really wasn't tapping into. And so the challenges have been wonderful for me because they've given me pieces to work on. Just simple things like reading the nutrition labels, or how to calculate net carbs, or how many calories does each pound of muscle burn, and just simple things like that. And it really kept me focused on the physical end. I'm very, very much enjoying the quiet time, the meditation, how to get restful sleep. I went out and I downloaded a Calm app to my phone and my iPad, and I love that little thing. I plug that thing in every afternoon and put my headphones on, and my husband, thinks I'm goofy, but that's okay. And it's just wonderful just to be focused on me. Most of my life I spent laser focused on everybody around me. Oh, this child, needs something, let me focus here. Oh, my husband is sick, let me focus on him. Oh, my parents are elderly and needy, let me focus on them. And I never focused on me, on what I wanted, what I needed, what I could do. I'm retired. I do not work outside of the home now. I am really having a great time in life, enjoying the things that I have time to do. Take Shape for Life is allowing me to be healthy enough that I can be clear, energized, present to do those things. So the laser focus for me and the creating the life that you want, I'm not real avid about, this is the goal, and by gum, I'm going to do this and this and this and this, and I'm going to reach it by this date. It's more what can I do to live the best life I can live today? Because if I live well today, tomorrow's going to take care of itself. So I'm 67 years old. I'm way past half life. It's not my midlife term because I'm not going to be 134. So, I make the most of every day, and that's my focus for today, is to just live as healthily as I can in every area. That when I'm healthy, then I can have the time and energy to help other people and take care of them. And before, I don't know, wisdom comes with age or stupidity, I'm not sure which. It allows me the time to step back and realize I wasted a lot of my life focused out there, just on survival mode. And today I'm not on survival mode. Today I get to live. And a lot of that is reinforced with all of these little Take Shape for Life, the challenges and all the readings and all the activities. And it's the encouragement too. But I have a tendency, if I start to coast, lay off, not stay mindful, I can slide back into old habits. And so Take Shape for Life is helping me build new habits. I'm building new habits, that repetition. And I love the team support. I love the team wall. I think it's great. So I don't know, Neva, if that was what you wanted or not, but that's what you got.
That was beautiful, Judy. I loved it. And I know there's a lot of people here that can relate to what you've been saying. I saw a lot of heads nodding. And no, we really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate getting some helpers this week. So thank you very much. And at the end, we'll open it up for everybody to talk. But the next speaker that I've asked to join us tonight is Stacy. And I'm going to unmute you, Stacy, here. There you go. And Judy, I'm going to mute you. All right. So our next speaker is Stacy Burdette, and Stacy is also a second-time challenger. The first time he was in a different room than ours. And this time he's joined us. So I've asked Stacy to share something that he's done recently about being laser focused. So Stacy, go ahead.
Well, yeah, Neva asked me about 5 minutes ago if I'd do this, and I said sure.
It was more than 5.
And so I decided I'd talk about something that I added to my bucket list last summer. I kind of was thinking about an obstacle race. I've been a runner for a long time. Before I gained 250 pounds and then I lost it, and so now I'm running again. But I just decided that I wanted to technically challenge myself for this obstacle race, and there's 3 major ones out there. There's one called Warrior Dash, one called Tough Mudder, and one called Spartan Race. And so I decided that because of timing and location and all of that, that the Spartan Race was the best one for me. And so there's actually 5 levels of the Spartan Race. Fortunately, out in Glen Rose, for those of you who are from this part of town, you'll know where Glen Rose is. It's a few hours from us. And it's kind of out in some hilly prairie area of southwestern part of the Metroplex. So not to be outdone, Neva, I do have a little slideshow. Teresa says, I never do anything halfway. Can everybody see that okay?
No. I'm going to guess. Oh, there we go. Almost. Yay. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what you're seeing, but I assume that you can see this. So this is the race I signed up for. This is the beginning level. There's 5 levels of this race, and this is the easy one. So it was 4+ miles, 12 obstacles. There was over 2,700 people involved, and they send them out in waves of 200 people every 15 minutes. And in August, then I was, like I said, I've been running up to about 5 miles a day, but I knew that I didn't have enough body strength to go through the obstacle piece of it. I did fail to mention that the 12 obstacles are not static. You don't actually know until you get to the race what obstacles are going to have. So I just had to kind of train for any inevitability. So my first day, this is what it looked like. I did 3 to 5 minutes of jumping rope, some push-ups, some squats, some burpees, which we'll talk about in just a second, some crunches, and then a couple of other things. At the end of October, this was my last workout before the race. So I did 5 miles, I did 30 burpees, 10 of these. You can read this for yourself. And by the way, I did 3 sets of this. So I was in pretty darn good physical shape and felt like I was prepared to do this race. By the way, this is a burpee. If you'll start over on the left-hand side, you can see the position. We used to call them squat thrusts. That kind of dates me a little bit. But anyway, you go down into this position, kind of a push-up, then you jump back to your feet, and then you jump in the air. So my goal was to do 100 of these every day, and not all at one time necessarily, although there was a couple of days when I did. This is important to remember for later. I got just a few pictures that I wanted to show. These are not necessarily from our race, but these are some of the obstacles that you encounter. This is a 10-foot wall. You do get a little help from people to get over this wall, especially when you're only 5'8". 10 foot to get over is a little tough. This is an interesting one. This is where I failed this obstacle. These are just 2x4 blocks that are nailed to a vertical surface, and you have to go all the way across. And over here on this side, there's a bell. So you have to get to the end on the right-hand side and ring the bell. And unfortunately, I got about 2/3 of the way across, and I fell. When you fall, if you fail, you're required to do 30 burpees before you can go on. This is another one underneath barbed wire. A lot of times it's barbed wire with mud underneath it, or rocks, or whatever. And this is kind of the trail that it looks like. It's not just out on flat ground. There's rocks, there's streams, of course, obviously trees. A lot of ways to get hurt for a 62-year-old guy. And of course, it was a Spartan thing, so you had to throw a javelin. And of all of the things that I did, this is the one that worried me the most because I wasn't sure I could throw a stick with a pointy end and actually make it stick in the hay bale, and it actually had to. Fortunately, you get 3 shots at it. I made it the first time, so I was very, very pleased about that. And here I am at the finish line, the last obstacle. I was very happy. The average time was 1 hour and 15 minutes. I finished in 1 hour and 19 minutes. And I was very, very pleased because my goal originally when I started was just to be able to complete the race. I didn't want to fall out in the middle and have to ride back in shame in a golf cart. So I did make the race, but even more importantly to me, I found out later that not only did I finish, but I finished second in my age group, and I was only about 7 minutes behind the leader. So out of 2,700 people, I finished 622, and about half or more of those were half my age. So I felt like I was really did the right thing by focusing on getting in shape and doing that. So I think what I found was that I was really, really focused on the goal. It would have been easy to quit. I was, working out 5 or 6 days a week. Because it was summer here in Texas, I had to get up at 5:30 to start my workout. It would have been real easy to hit the snooze button and not get out of bed. Of course, there were days when I was sore. I didn't feel like working out. But I stuck to the goal. I stuck to the objective. And I'd just like to share this last thing with you. The next time you're confronted with an obstacle involving your health, imagine that you have to complete 30 burpees if you fail. Don't think about how far you got to go. Think about how far you've come.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stacy. All right, I'll let you get that off, and then let me open it up for everybody and unmute all. Okay, everybody. Everybody is unmuted now, so if you have excess noise in your background, you might want to remute yourself. But first of all, let me just say thank you very much to Judy and Stacy for sharing their stories with us tonight, and I know we can all relate with pieces or parts, and it was very, very enjoyable. So I'd like to just open it up, and first of all, offer anybody here to ask questions of Judy or Stacy. Any questions?
Stacy, what parameters were your choice for the obstacle course? Did Stacy hear that?
Yeah. Did you mean what types of races were available?
Yeah.
Okay. There's actually 3. Well, they have 5 different ones, but only 3 that a guy my age would consider participating in. There was the one that I showed you, 4 miles, 12 obstacles. There's another one that's 8 miles and 20 obstacles, and one that's 13 miles and 25 obstacles. If you do all 3 of those in one calendar year, then you qualify for this special medal. They call it a trifecta. And I'm actually entertaining doing that this year. I'm training as though I'm going to do it. I just haven't made the firm commitment yet. There are 2 more. One of them you have to be invited to, and the other one, which there's no way I would ever do, they call it a death race. And the name is appropriate because they don't tell you when it's going to start. They don't tell you how long it's going to be. They don't tell you how many obstacles there are going to be. You just get a message to show up. You show up there and you start the race, and it lasts at least 48 hours.
Oh. Too much for me.
Needless to say, I'm not playing that one.
I don't think so.
It'd wear me out watching it.
Yeah. Well, one of my questions was going to be what's going to be your next laser-focused activity. So I guess you kind of already said that you're thinking about something there, Stacy.
Yeah, there's one in May, June, and then the next one is again in October. So that's still on my plate. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I did the splash test.
No. Any other questions for Stacy or Judy?
What's next for Judy?
Keep on trucking on, living every day to the fullest.
No specific.
At this point, I want to be as healthy as I possibly can be at this stage in my life and enjoy each day to the fullest. I have not set a huge thing out here like Stacy has that I'm going to try and reach. I am continuing to grow on a daily basis, and that is my goal, to be open to learning and share that motivation with other people. And I like to pass it on. Whatever I've learned or whatever's been given to me, I want to pass it on. So that's my goal. Just keep doing.
And Judy is being kind of coy about this, but she's quite an exerciser. She does water aerobics, she does yoga, and what else, Judy?
I've been practicing Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, okay. So she's just being a little quiet about that, but she's out there exercising all the time. So
No.
don't let her fool you.
Perfect. No.
All right. Well, the last thing I'd like to just go over is, or open it up to everybody, is, do you have something that you have thought about that you want to get in your life? You know, whether it's going to be a laser focus or whether it's just after really learning all these things you can do to improve your health, your mind, your body, your sleep, all of that. Is there anything else in your life that you've thought about that you want to improve on? And, you know, if you think back to the webinar this week, Doug Wood was talking about how he had lived in Phoenix and then moved away and felt just stuck where he was living. And finally, he was able to get away from that and get to do what he wanted to do. And I mean, that's huge when you hear that, because there's a lot of people that feel that way. It's just like, well, this is what I have in life and this is what I've got to do. And that's why I said this week the subject is really deep, because you can really open it up to many other things that maybe you haven't thought about doing in your life. And so is there anybody that has kind of been thinking about something that you want to share tonight?
Well, yeah, that touched me. That Wood guy, and when you focus on, or he's saying, he's joking with himself. I'm living the life, or what he called it. But and like Judy was saying, you know, in survival mode, you kind of you don't focus on yourself, and yeah, moving geographically, I mean, that's something I've been considering. So.
Okay. Which direction are you headed, Bob?
Maybe back to Minnesota, maybe.
You want more snow. You want some snow. You really need to go.
It's just more family back there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I
No
get
more
that.
snow.
Okay. Anybody else want to share one?
I want to move west.
You want to move west, Marianne?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Well, either Colorado or Arizona.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've been here in Ohio now almost be 20 years, and a lot longer than we ever thought.
Ah, okay.
And I want to get back west, Colorado, where my one daughter is. Suzanne's in Chicago, but
Right.
do not like Chicago either. So
Okay.
anyway, that's our goal, and we're still working on it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And really, that's really all I want everybody to just do, is realize that you can do other things. And that was what this week was all about. And so once you feel like you're getting your health in order, you know, it can go way beyond that. So
That's right.
That's right. So only one more week, you guys, of this challenge.
I know.
And many of you have already got your points. Many of you have already got your weight loss. And some of you are very close. So for those of you who are very close, either on points or weight, let's go get them this week because we need you to cross that finish line, and we want to have all winners in our room. Everybody that gets their points and gets their weight, right?
And yes.
All right. And the other thing that I just wanted to throw out there tonight was it was in the, I think it was in the daily reading today. And Suzanne had talked about it a little bit, so did I on the wall, and that is whether or not you're sharing, let's see, I need to mute here. There's some noise here. Okay. All right. The topic was whether or not you are sharing your journey or have shared your journey with other people. Some people are very quiet about it. Some people are, as Suzanne put, on a need-to-know basis. My weight loss journey was completely secret. I didn't tell nobody knew but Dale. Even my family did not know what I was doing because I couldn't bear the thought if I failed again. And now in maintenance, oh, everybody knows what I'm doing. Everybody knows if I'm, trying some new exercise or whatever. So I'm an open book now, but we all go through that. And so the point that I want to make is when you are comfortable with sharing with others, you should do so because you never know how many people you could be influencing, how many people you could be helping just by sharing with them what it is you're doing, that you're trying something. It could be something as little as when somebody asks you to go to lunch and they suggest a pizza place, that you say, would you mind if we go someplace else? I'm trying to eat a little healthier now. It could be something as little as that, or it could be somebody like Stacy inviting you to join the next Spartan race. So anywhere in between, but be willing to share with people, and I think it will not only help them and help a number of people in your life, but it'll help you as well. So I just wanted to share that. Anybody else like to make a comment? You can unmute yourself.
Hey, Neve, I'll make a comment. This is Joe here. I have shared my story actually like 3 times this week already. And it's been kind of strange because one guy came up to me and he said, you look like you run. He said, I want to get back into running and figured that you would know how to do that. Well, it just so happens that, I went from being heavy guy to skinny guy to medium-sized weight back down to skinny guy again, and I stopped running, and now I'm running again. So I was able to let him know, and I showed him my before picture, and he freaked out. He said, how in the world? So it started a whole conversation. And then this other guy, he noticed how I was eating, which I was eating very little compared to other people. He says, why aren't you eating very much food? And I said, I don't need that much food to fuel my body. He goes, what are you talking about? So I went, I started telling him, what I do. And he was really surprised. And I showed him my picture and it blew his mind. So it can happen a number of different ways. And every time I tell a story, it seems like I touch somebody. And more times than not, when that person happens to be overweight, they want me to put me in contact with the health coach. So, don't be afraid to share your story.
Love it. Love it. And Joe's been doing that for how many years now?
3 years.
3 years. He has been putting people in touch with me. And so I really appreciate it. And I love hearing that because now you've got that experience of being down, a little up, being down again. So fantastic. Okay. Anybody else have any parting comments tonight? No? All right. Well, let me just send us off with the appropriate music again then. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.